for Thomas, charging through the midfield. Thomas, it's up for grabs now. Thomas!
Hello, you are listening to It's Up for Grabs Now. This is the Arsenal podcast. I'm Alan Davis. I've got Ian Stone with me. Ian.
Hello, Al. How
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Happy New Year.
And all that. Yes.
Season's greetings. And Tayo is here. Welcome.
Merry Christmas, Alan.
How are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very...
You just look like you're about to pick on me, so I'm just stealing myself.
I wasn't going to bring it up straight away. I wasn't...
But you are, instead.
So, how did you get on with meeting Hayley at the Villa game?
It didn't quite work out that way.
Did she stand you up, though?
No, she didn't
Did she stand you up, though? Did she totally stand you up, though?
She didn't stand me
after
up.
you stood her up at the whole game?
The story's going to carry on, basically. We went to meet at the Minstrels, but, quite a few people were buying the Minstrels. We didn't get to meet up.
So
I came back. I came back with my tail slightly between my legs. You lot were laughing.
No,
before
Damien came back ahead of you going, he's been stood up, he's been stood up. It was like school. He was going, shh, he's coming, he's been stood up. He was so delighted. I've never seen anyone happier in my life.
We've decided to meet for the Bolton game under the big number 32. So this story's going to run and run.
Right, sorry, listeners. For those of you who've never listened to this podcast before, you don't know what we're talking about. You'll have to go back and listen to the other ones.
Yeah,
that's good. That'll do it.
If you haven't already turned off. We have just beaten Aston Villa 3-0 with a stupendous second-half performance from Jesus Christ himself.
2 days after his birthday.
Half a second-half performance.
It came up for 27 minutes.
27, count them.
Yeah, it was fantastic, wasn't it? It was really something.
How does he do it? He completely transforms the whole entire atmosphere of the game.
He's Jesus. Remember when he warmed up? Like what the aforementioned
Jesus.
Damien just sort of foamed in his hands, kind of thing. The rest of us
How
were
does
very
he do
excited.
that thing when he gets the ball? He looks at one like Alex Song normally, or Diaby, or whoever's near. He knocks it short, side foot, as if they're warming up, as if there's no opposition on the field. 3 yards. He knocks it back to him, and in the interim, a space has emerged around him about 10 yards in diameter, and then he stands weighing up his options.
And a blinding light. Every time he gets the ball, there's a blinding light. Avenues come up that weren't there before.
He's got so much time. Before he ships it out to the wing to Walcott, he texts him to tell him it's coming. Theo, ball is coming your way. Try not to let it bounce off you into touch.
And did you see how he told Theo exactly where to put
second
the ball?
goal.
The second goal.
Our man Traore, kickboxer supreme, by the way, hit a fantastic crossfield ball to Theo.
Great ball.
Cesc overtook Theo on the inside, and you just know at the moment Theo hit the pass, Cesc went, now!
Yeah.
Not trusting him to get it right. Because
he did hit it beautifully, though.
You remember a couple of minutes
pass.
before, Theo had put some shot the worst
What was
ball
that? You
of
turned
his
around to me and you went,
goddamn life.
what was that? And I thought, that's a fair point, really. And the thing about Cesc, by the way...
He needs guidance. He needs a captain's guidance.
Well, Cesc is there. Cesc is there for him. But the thing about Cesc, I was looking at him thinking, he is the calmest man in the entire stadium. There's no one in the stadium who is calmer than Cesc, and he's in the middle of it, and everyone's looking at him. And I thought, how cool was that?
That was just before the goal, though. He completely lost it.
He wasn't so calm after the free
kick.
kick. Yeah, well, that was Marv, that free kick. That was just a beautiful moment.
It was a beautifully hit free kick.
It was.
Which
Although
he won for himself.
That was a great turn.
Two direct free kicks in 2 weeks, and we haven't had any for 2 years. As anyone following the podcast from last week would know.
Well, somebody actually texted in, or hi guys. No, not really. Funny. And it's from Nick Peters.
Absolute disgrace, even in jest.
Don't
if anyone emails in with, I can't believe you've read that out. Who gave in the email?
Nick Peters. It's funny.
Say, hi guys, he's banned.
No, but there was a couple of things that he said that made me laugh.
Not just from the podcast, from my life.
We should write that on his birthday card from now on. Hey guys.
I'll be doing this podcast alone. Hi guys.
He loves the podcast. Nick Peters loves the podcast. Only discovered it in early December, so he subjected his wife to 2 in a row. But her only observations were, why do they take the mickey out their own team?
Someone's got to do it.
That's what we're here for.
Because we do it very
What
well.
are we going to do?
Yeah, I think that's basically it. But also, he wants a prediction for the next game so he can confidently drop them into conversation during the game.
Portsmouth away.
A prediction for the next game.
Well, you know my prediction. My prediction is always we'll win 4-0.
Win.
I don't have any other prediction. I don't know what's going to happen.
My prediction is a difficult one, and who cares about predictions?
Whereas I'm quite good at predictions, so I predict we'll win as well.
Can you tell me why we had a northern bloke sitting behind us at the Emirates?
Well, you weren't there when he was singing. He sang the entire song of "The Wonder of You" before you turned up, right? And I'm thinking Alan would hate this. He was behind everything. He's just doing the whole song, and I'm thinking, don't sing along, mate. Seriously. And then Alan turned up. I went, you're not going to believe what's just
He's a Carling cupper. He's a Carling cupper.
Well, I felt he was.
I think he's someone's mate, and he's just there as a one-off. one off. Someone's away for Christmas. And the Northerner got into the Emirates.
Ticket.
They do a body search and a bag search, but they don't do an accent search.
Meanwhile,
I've been going away to Northern games all my life. With people come out and say, "Got time, mate?" And you go, "2:30," and they try and knock you out. Well, why don't we do that when they come down here? We absorb anyone in London. We don't normally hear Northern accents. We hear Scandinavians and Japanese people. That's what we normally hear.
Not Nigerian ones.
And Nigerians. And the rest of it is basically people from the south.
Yeah.
Mainly Stevenage.
Yeah. I said to Alan yesterday, I said, I think that bloke has learning difficulties. And he went, no, he's just a Northerner.
Meanwhile, four rows in front of us, we got like Roberto Mancini's brother coming and sort of.
Oh, that's a very cool. It's a great hair.
He's late. He's always late. And Simon sits behind with us lot. He goes, right, okay. He goes, look at the watch now, right? It's 52 minutes past. Let's see how long it takes before he loses it. Right? They got a throw in, which should have been ours. And this guy stands up and absolutely explodes. His Buffon is going everywhere.
It really
and Simon
did.
goes 6 minutes.
It was like he had a heart attack in a suit.
And when 4 minutes,
he had a nice coat on. He had a very nice coat on.
When 4 minutes injury time,
he did have a nice coat on. I can't get away from my Jewish tailor roots. He had a very. I was looking at the quality of that.
It's a nice coat. It's a nice coat. I actually said to him, and I've never known, but I do when I'm doing an impression of him. I actually said to him, "Calm down, mate," which I've never said in a football ground because I don't think you should have to calm down in a football ground. But there was a Northerner behind me for the whole game. That should never happen. It happened to me once. Right, at Middlesbrough, I went to Middlesbrough away, and I had two Northerners behind who kept slagging off Colo Touré. This is about 10 years ago when Colo was
Northern Arsenal fans?
32. I think they were from Hartlepool or something.
Right.
What?
Yeah, and they started slagging him off. And to hear a Northern accent behind you at an Arsenal game is freaked me out. And you thought he had learning difficulties because he said things like, which I wrote down.
You wrote them down. We were saying we should write all these down. It was true.
He said, "You've got Arsene Wenger at Arsenal and Mancini at Man City. Arsenal."
He did say this. He did say it. No, I heard him.
Mancini, Man City. And then there's a little silence as his mate is either plucking his eyes out and putting them in his ears so he doesn't have to listen to him anymore.
Yeah.
Or he's just giving him a sideways glance.
Carlo Ancelotti at Chelsea. Hang on, come on.
And then I think it was William Gallas got the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And he said as if it's suddenly like a revelation, he goes, "He's got yellow boots on."
Yeah, he did. I know. They don't do that in the north. Yellow boots.
He's got yellow boots on.
Let him in.
Gromit.
Meanwhile,
No, it was.
Well, speaking of which, well, guess who had the wrong trousers on, which is kind of taking it back to because you were shouty, man,
Steve
2 weeks in a
Walford.
row with good reason. You started howling at the assistant manager 2 weeks in a row.
The whole Aston Villa bench. Now, listen, I want to tell you a little story about where I live. Right, there's some really stuck-up people in the area. There's a conservation area in Highbury, and they don't want basically anybody from Islington in the area. So they were going to open an off licence at the end of the road, and they got a petition up.
What, to stop opening an off
Yeah,
licence?
because they said drug dealers would hang around outside. So I thought, brilliant.
Do drug dealers hang outside
I've
off
never seen a
licence?
drug dealer outside any off licence in my life. But apparently that's...
I have.
You have, but you live you're from Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. South London, they do that.
Anyway, and then they said there might be some problems with the local community of street drinkers. Now I know these blokes.
What?
They sit on a bench in a park and drink cans of lager all day long. There's about 5 of them and one
they're
woman.
quite proprietorial.
No, they're just blokes who drink lager in a park. They're completely harmless.
This is our bit of pavement.
On the petition, they're described as a community of street drinkers.
Yeah.
Now,
I like that.
I haven't thought about them for months because I've moved since then. And then when I saw the Aston Villa bench, I was reminded immediately of a community of street drinkers. There's John Robertson, all bloated and puffy.
Is that who it was?
Shouting at the fourth official all the
John
time. He was
Rosie.
shouting at the fourth official in the same way that drunk blokes at King's Cross just shout at passers-by.
Yeah.
Hey! Hey! Yeah! Go on! That was him.
There's a hint of Scottish
Martin
accent there.
O'Neill's running around the technical area, running around like he needs to go to the toilet. That's what he looks like. He looks like he needs a pee.
He's like doing a bleep test.
Virtually holding his knob and jumping, jiggling about like my nephew does. And he had his tracksuit trousers tucked in his socks like he's just cycled to the Emirates.
He kept going, get on your bike, Martin.
That's what
Get on your bike.
Where'd you park your bike, O'Neill? Did you cycle, O'Neill? Did you cycle? So there's them two, and then Steve Wolford
What was
got
he
up,
wearing?
ex-Arsenal,
Yeah.
Arsenal substitute in the 1979 Cup final, ex-Arsenal player, right? We love him dearly. What are you wearing, Wolford? He had cut-off tracksuit bottoms that came to the knee.
Culottes.
I've never shouted that at a match before. It was a 65-year-old woman, 3 rows in front, who was rolling about. We have never made her laugh.
Yeah, that was funny.
She normally winces when Simon says the C word.
She does as well.
And now, if he says culottes instead of see you next Tuesday for the rest of the season, we're going to get a laugh from her.
She's happy.
And then he had black knee socks, so he's got this weird long shorts on and a puffer jacket that he'd very obviously borrowed from his daughter.
With a hood. With a little
With a
hood.
hood.
It was a
That hood
15-year-old girl's shiny puffer jacket
did
that
look
should
like
only
it.
be seen in the front row at Girls Aloud concerts.
That hood wasn't even going over the ball patch at the back of his head, was it? He was like so
What
small.
are you wearing, Wolford?
He was getting quite a lot of stick. So we got all that going on. We got the 2 Northerners behind us going, he should have done better there.
And Martin didn't
And
give
He's got yellow boots on.
Martin didn't give us a wave when we asked for it either.
Martin,
give- no, he
us
didn't
one.
give
He
us
gave
a
away
wave.
to the Villa fans, but
he
ignored
did,
us.
strangely, yes, because he thought we might have been
What
mocking him.
about the Northern bloke behind? The Northern bloke behind, they brought on Fabian Delph, who's this young kid they signed
yes,
from Leeds,
Leeds.
right?
Yeah,
They paid a lot of money for him. He's an exciting prospect or whatever. He got booked. He was a bit narky, wasn't he?
Even though we
He
all
was,
went,
he was a bit angry
"Who?"
when he
when
came
he
on.
came on.
He got a big, massive who. But the bloke behind suddenly went, we ate Leeds, we ate Leeds, we ate Leeds, we ate Leeds. Totally betrayed his Northern. He may have thought that he was putting on a bit of a southern accent the rest of the time.
He was Sheffield Wednesday, wasn't he? The guy behind.
Was
I
he
think he might have been Sheffield Wednesday. I think they hate Leeds.
And then
Well,
at the
everyone
end of
hates
the
Leeds.
game, this made me laugh a lot. The Villa fans, I don't know if they're deluded or having a laugh. I don't understand them. They were singing, "You've only come to see the Villa." Well, they weren't singing that. They were singing, "You've only come to see the Villa. You've only come to see the Villa." They're singing that in the Emirates.
Yeah.
60,000 people. What are you talking
You
about?
know, they were. They had a bit of attitude about it. And they did.
It's
Yeah.
unfortunate for us that we're having to watch you, but we have to watch whoever we play. Only come to see the Villa.
They also singing "We Shall Not Be Moved." What was that about as well?
Well,
Should
they-
move
we
from
shall
there,
not be
move
Who
from
are you?
fifth.
Who are you?
Move
Who
from
are you?
fifth.
Who are you? What do you mean, who are we?
Yeah, you've come to Emirates. Come and have a
You're
look
You're
at the
Aston
sign.
Villa, you mugs.
Have a look at the sign outside.
I tell you what, I had a good one.
No, we shall not be moved. Just before
2-0 down.
DLB scored the 3rd goal, and then they all left. I thought you will move. Okay, fair
That
enough.
was it. We should not be moved.
Should we go then?
Diaby's beaten one. He's beaten another. He's curled it past Friedel. Let's go, shall we?
Here we go.
Wait, the only reason why Diaby played well is clearly then because he's been up since last night. Because he was a
Diaby
bit
must have
early
gone
in the
right
piece.
through over Christmas.
He must have gone through.
The 1:30 kickoff is not his normal terrain.
No.
But he was awesome,
Amazing player.
as they say on high school.
He was
musical.
very, very good. It
And I
gives you
told
hope.
you to stick with him, didn't I? I told you not
Did
to
you
give
tell
him
us
any
to
more
stick
grief.
with him?
And,
Well,
you
because
did.
he's been 1 game in 3, he just plays like he's asleep.
he's had 2 in a row. He's
And
a good
that
man.
is not what we
I
want.
love him. I mean, he's massively talented. I like to
We all think
see.
he's massively talented.
I
Keith
think
reckons it's down to his beard.
I think someone else said it
Keith
could-
would say
Keith
that.
would say that, wouldn't
Let's
he?
face it. Boy, Diaby, shave. You're playing rubbish.
Didn't Keith call talk spite once and say, I think they
all
should
Arsenal players should wear massive
Massive
beards.
beard, except for Diaby.
And when they come on the pitch, they should all have a big angry dog with them.
Is that allowed? I don't think that's allowed in Champions League games.
He
Instead of
said
a
some
mascot.
belting things in the pub after the game, it has to be said. By the way, in the pub after the game, did Eduardo came in the pub? Did you see that?
It was a bloke who looked a lot like Eduardo.
He was your
It
mate,
was
wasn't he?
Eduardo.
It looked like Eduardo,
He
yeah.
went, Eduardo!
And then I knew.
Eduardo. But the thing was, right, we thought it was a pub full of gooners all celebrating. He was the only one there who had no idea what we were talking about.
What was going
His mate
on?
had to explain it to him, didn't he?
He was with a mate of mine, and I had to explain to him.
Eduardo,
And then
I said to him,
Eduardo.
"You look a bit like you look a lot, in fact, like
Arsenal-
Eduardo." And he
Arsenal
went,
number 9.
"Oh, okay,
You
fair
look
enough."
like our misfiring number 9. And I didn't look round this week, Alan. Like in
Yeah,
the
I
second
still-
minute. Did you
I-
notice that I didn't
I
know
felt that. But did you
felt
also
it?
notice when Eduardo missed another? I don't know what's going on. Turned brilliantly in the box,
Great
found the
turn.
space, got
Great
away
turn.
from his man.
Left foot as
side
well.
footed
On
on
his
his
left
left
foot.
foot, 10 yards out.
Side-footed it back.
Put your foot through it. If it's Friedel in the face, bad luck.
It's always a good thing to hit Friedel in the face.
Chance, he won't mind.
He won't
He's
notice.
got the kind of
He's a goalie.
Steve Bold
He's
head
a
made of
goalie.
wood
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he's a goalie. Yeah.
Hit it.
Yeah, didn't put his foot through.
And Wenger, I saw on the highlights afterwards, jumped in the air, did a pirouette.
While he was
Nice.
in the air.
So I've entered him for that new Sky One show with Davina McCall.
With Davina McCall, the dancing
thing, yeah.
Britain's got dancers.
And I think Pat Rice could go in for it
What
as
was
well
it?
now, because his knee's
Pat
obviously
Rice.
better. He's not limping as much. A few weeks ago, he was limping badly. Now, every time he gets up, Keith goes to me, he's been at the Cod Liver Oil.
He I didn't know what he meant
said
there.
that 9 times yesterday.
And I thought, what do you mean?
He said that to me as
How
well.
do you know?
He said that to me as well. Well,
can't work that out.
Keith looks a bit like Pat Rice. Maybe you can see the signs.
Or
Keith is our
Patrice.
Pat Rice.
A lot of people call him Patrice.
yeah.
Now, in the most sophisticated stadium in the country, the Emirates, we have got the most sophisticated stadium. I want you to ask me 2 things. Why is it our subs, when they warm up, go run past the away bench and go and warm up down the south end, far away from our bench as they can get, and then when Arsene wants to bring one on, Patrice has to stand up and do a wolf whistle down the touchline,
yeah.
and then he waves at all 3 of the subs.
They all go,
They
"No,
all stand there, pointing at themselves, or pointing at Ramsey, Vela, or
What do you
me,
think?
or
We should have
and
some-
Pat's going, not you, no, him. No, you do, no, not you, him. And I'm thinking, surely, at the very least they could do is send a ball boy down with a note saying number 9, please.
What
or
it
whatever
is,
they
it's a
want.
race. Basically, he's setting them to go, whoever gets here first, which is always Theo. That's why Theo's always coming
Theo
on.
comes on.
That's why Theo's
He
going
wins the
on.
race
He's like,
back.
right, ready? He's counting down. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Fella's like, going, he cheating.
Say, hey, Theo, let me have a start. You give me 5 and start, Theo.
Oh, you're making Vela sound like a Nigerian now, basically.
No, that's
That was Mexican.
Was that Mexican
Well,
Nigerian?
I felt like I was in Tijuana at that very point. They could warm up down the other end, but they run
Why
further.
don't they warm up at the Arsenal
They
end?
run further from the Arsenal bench down to the end and back again.
They
get more
always
warm-up.
have done.
Well,
Why don't they warm up
that's how
down
it
at the
is.
North Bank?
You know,
Maybe
it's
maybe
It's
Wenger's got
scientific.
special
Arsene
grass.
Wenger knows how many minutes and metres they got to run to
Exactly.
make sure that
To warm
their
them up.
taut hamstrings don't get a kick
Every
in.
single game, Pat Rice has to get up and go,
He does.
stand
He
there
does.
laughing. Can't they just have a little something a bit more technical? You know,
What, a radio thing or something?
A mobile in their pockets.
Mobile.
When you warm up, take your mobile. I'll text
Just
you.
in case you're at the far side of the stadium.
It would be quicker
when we need you.
It would be quicker to text them. Text Aaron Ramsey and say, "Can you get stripped off, please? You're coming on." Because
Speaking of subs, did you see when John Carew? John Carew is enormous.
Well, everyone's enormous compared to our lot, but he is enormous. He is
massive, isn't he?
absolutely massive, John Carew. Yeah, good player, John Carew, actually, but enormous.
We have got our big boys back though, Song and
Well,
Diaby.
I felt a bit better at corners yesterday when we
How
had
mental
Song.
is
dangerous.
What about the Verminator?
yeah,
It was great.
How angry was he
When
yesterday?
he laid on the
Couple of
ball
tackles.
so Agbon Lagor couldn't get it. That was fantastic.
Yeah, Agbon Lahore, who's very quick, by the way.
He's lightning.
We thought this could be trouble because they appeared to be neck and neck.
yeah.
But the Verminator wouldn't have it. First of all, he
wouldn't have
grabbed hold of a bit of his skin or something and ripped it off and ate it. And then he slid in.
Slid on the ball.
And then he got the ball, and then the ball appeared to get away from a bit, and Agbon Lahore thought, I'll get that. So then the Verminator just lay on it.
Yeah.
Did that
he
rock-
did. He laid on it. It
did a
was
sort of-
brilliant.
did
And
a sort
Agbon
of-
couldn't do anything.
He did a sort of Rocky Horror dry humping on the ball like that, didn't he?
And then he spun round on the ball.
Yeah.
Then he got up and he sort of asked Agbon Lahore in the knee.
Again, back
knocked
to the
him
Rocky
away.
Horror
And then he
thing.
got up, did a little dummy, and took it away.
Yeah, massive, enormous.
Well, I thought our
On my
defence.
feet, I was.
I thought our defence were outstanding yesterday.
Great
'Cause
yesterday.
Villa didn't have a direct shot, did they? The only save Van Mooney had to make really was the one where he palmed it away from Agbon Lahore. And Gallas got done.
Agbon tried to
That was
do
it.
what he did to Gallas last year. Remember how he just
muscled him
completely
out.
muscled out Gallas last year. But
Yeah, he did.
not this time.
So I thought our defence played outstandingly well yesterday. I mean, all right, 3-0, and obviously everyone's talking about Fabregas, and he was brilliant. But that
little
defence-
tiny wee man. Al Shavin, who did the best thing of the game, though. Remember when he nutmegged Milner at the end?
Oh,
it was a really
laughing.
long nutmeg, wasn't it?
He was
And he was
laughing.
laughing as he
That
ran
was
back towards us.
fantastic.
It was fantastic.
They was quite funny.
And
Now
then
listen-
Ramsey gave it away, didn't he? And Al Shavin's just laughing at him, going, I just did that, and then you did that.
No, look, we've had an email. You can email us at upforgrabs@playbackmedia.co.uk. It goes, gentlemen.
Excellent.
I'll
See
take that. I
what-
like that.
See what I'm talking about?
All right, go on.
Absolutely love the show. All right, shut up. If show is not too old-fashioned to name for it, I suppose I should say pod. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Wondered if you fancy playing this little guessing game at your next broadcast. No,
Go on then.
you better be good. This did the rounds with my mates, and none of us guessed correctly.
Chop.
Come on, let's hear it. Can we forget all
Christ and a
that?
bite, Nick. Get to the point!
Well, you're reading it.
Can you guess which first-team player I saw at Sadler's Wells
What?
during a performance of Matthew Bourne's Dorian Gray? For those of you who think this is getting too middle class, hang about. We'll go back to some abuse in a minute. Scroll down if you want the answer immediately. Now, Nick, you have to understand, I don't get these emails on screen. I get them printed off. So when I scroll down, I have to do this.
Don't scroll. Can we guess first?
Guess,
all right.
yeah, have a guess.
Who he saw at Matthew Bourne's? Which one
At,
was
Sadler, at the ballet at Sadler's Wells. I'm still scrolling down.
Who do you reckon out of our players?
it? Thomas Vermaelen.
He went to Eboue, wasn't
Thomas Vermaelen, I'm guessing.
Vermaelen to Eboue. Almunia. Manuel.
Almunia is better, but I'm going for Vermaelen.
6 pages of scrolling later,
And
my first guess was Manuel Almunia.
and
but
you were wrong.
But
Yeah.
It was Sammy Nasri.
Who knew?
Sammy Nasri went to ballet.
Little Marseille starter.
Oh.
What he was using
He was with his girlfriend and looked absolutely bored out of his mind.
I'm glad about that.
His missus carried the programme. Well, I think I spotted a few car aerials poking out the top of his Mutant Ninja Turtle rucksack.
Meanwhile, at the end, over at Lost Property, everyone's going on looking for their wallets. And Sammy Nasri's walking out, whistling.
And now they're charging us with failing to control our play.
How does that work? How can you control lads? Don't kick anyone when you get out
there.
It makes no sense.
It's not like you've let your dog off the lead in the park,
that's what I'm saying.
And it's bitten someone's kid.
It makes no sense.
He
went against Hull. Control your players against Hull.
He did tread on Andy Garcia.
You know what? He kicked Andy Garcia. In fact, is what he did. But
again, that's gone over his head as well.
What?
Andy Garcia.
Come on. You're not telling the same joke 2 weeks in a row.
The Godfather, yeah.
He's an actor.
He is. Well, he trod on him, apparently, at the ballet.
Alan won't leave
it.
Alan won't leave it. If a joke gets past it, it's twice.
Can't let it go.
He can't let it go. He's been harbouring this for 7 days.
Whereas I figure there's another joke along in a minute. But you know what?
Andy Garcia doesn't play for Hull.
Well, listen, I've got a couple of questions.
He plays for Wigan.
I've got a couple of questions from the Facebook group. We got an Up for Grabs Facebook group as well. A couple of things for Alan. Kenneth Long wants to know, will Alan go on Fighting Talk, please? And the answer that, if I don't mind speaking for you, the answer is no, because we've got a ratings war, so we don't really want you going. We've already got one traitor in the midst who's going on Fighting Talk.
What? Someone who's been doing it for a few years
that makes
beforehand.
You a traitor, yeah.
I'm sorry.
So we can't have you
going
on Fighting Talk. And also, someone wants to know, what did Alan say on Soccer AM about why he doesn't support Spurs?
What did you say about why you don't support Spurs? Did you have enough to say? 3-hour show.
I can't remember saying why I didn't.
What do you need to justify why you don't support Spurs? Because he's a sensible, sentient human being.
Why would I
abusing Harry Redknapp?
I don't understand how this has come up.
There's no sense in the question.
I think because you were quite abusive to Harry Redknapp on Soccer AM. I think people wanted to see
I wasn't abusive. I wasn't abusive. I just said he was a crook. And then they really panicked because they thought they might get sued. And then I had to say, these are my opinions. I'm only having a laugh. Harry's got a sense of humour. And then what's happened? He's been charged.
He's been charged by the Inland Revenue. And
I felt bad. Then I felt bad about it. I was only having a laugh.
He got a tip off. He got a tip off from the Revenue.
He is actually a crook.
He tried to say.
Although he is, of course, innocent till.
We're talking about libelous comments. What about Craig Bellamy?
Craig Bellamy, this made me laugh. Craig Bellamy has said, because it was linked with Arsenal inexplicably in one of the
Steve Stammer's in the Mirror.
Crap papers, right? Inexplicably, which is a new word, linked with Arsenal.
It's Christmas.
And I said, well, look, we're short of strikers, and if he's a loan deal to the summer, it might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But the reason he's being linked with teams is because he supposedly had a row with Roberto Mancini. Mancini at Man City. Arson, it's Arsenal. Shut up, Gromit. He said they're supposed to have had a row with Mancini. And then he said, I will take legal action against anyone who says I've had a row with Mancini. Craig Bellamy has had a row with Mancini.
Yes, apparently.
Come on, Craig, sue me.
Craig Bellamy doesn't need anybody to have a row with. He's having a row by himself.
Craig, apparently Mancini said, your tattoos are ridiculous. You look like an absolute mug.
That's what I
You look like a load of children have held you down and done biro marks up your arms.
And while we're at it, I heard that Harry Redknapp tried to sign. You know the Nigerian guy who tried to blow up that plane in Detroit. I heard that he tried to sign him for Portsmouth when he was there, but he chose against it because he didn't have a visa.
No, I've had some gallows humour from my mate Greg, who's a Scouser.
He sat with us the other week.
LFC, yeah, he's a great bloke. We go to England games together, and we don't talk about club football until Arsenal play Liverpool, which is working well for me at the moment.
He came to the Liverpool game, didn't he?
He came to the Carling Cup.
Lovely lad.
LFC, this is the LFC end of season dinner. Menu as follows. Starter, sour grapes. Main course.
There's loads of this. I sent this to all the Scousers I know. He sent it to me, I'm just forward.
Main course, place. Probably 5th, possibly 4th. Pudding, selection from Coit Hung Hog! Lucas, Dosena or Deggan. Who?
Who are these?
Who are you?
They'll cost £7 million each.
Drinks will be available, but there will be strictly no doubles, trebles, or Carling Premier. There will also be a selection of wines served by some fat Spanish bloke with a dodgy beard. Dress code strictly late 80s to celebrate our last league title. All drinks will be served in plastic glasses, as cups are not on the agenda. For entertainment on the night, Rafa Benitez will be doing his party trick of making £200 million disappear into thin air with coal to show for it. So that's
Well, they got
all quite
So you
funny.
got that from a Scouser?
From a Scouse.
they got a big win against Wolves at the weekend. Big win.
Only once they had down to 10 men Wolves.
Only then.
Because the
And they
referee
played their
booked the
first
wrong
team.
player, didn't they? And then Rayner ran 80 yards. Said him, no, mate, no, it was the other one. And then Andre Mariner, who is a rubbish ref, then booked the
Never
other
mind
guy.
his rubbish ref. Andre Mariner.
Yeah, I know. That's
What,
a
is
great
it
name.
that?
He's not a referee. He's another one. He's another one from The
1980s
Wire.
pop star.
He's coming up with Marlo Stansfield and the Andre Mariner's a new lot on the block.
I was thinking, surely he's a character from The Love Boat.
Yeah. Andre Mariner.
Hi, Andre Mariner at your service. Does he referee in a blazer and
He was
white
a referee.
slacks?
He was a referee in the
jacket.
Chelsea game. We had him for the Chelsea game. We didn't like him then.
We didn't like the Chelsea game, full stop. There was nothing to like about the Chelsea game. Now, there is quite a lot to like about Chelsea's recent form.
Marvellous, isn't it? Marvellous. What's happened to them? They've just gone...
They've gone a bit pear-shaped, which means we're back in the race.
And now they're losing all
really.
these players to
Until
the
we
African
lose
Nations
again.
Cup.
But we're not going to lose again because we're going to go and run now. Isn't it
Well,
nice looking at the league
all our
table?
midfield are out now, though, aren't they?
No,
Cesky's out.
Song's allowed to
Nielsen's
stay.
out. Oh, is he playing at
Song's staying
Portsmouth?
tomorrow. Yeah, he's playing for Portsmouth.
He's renounced his
Well, he played
Cameroonian
for us.
citizenship.
So one of the papers said that he was running around like a madman, cooking people. He was out of control.
I read that.
What are you talking
Out
about?
of control.
Yeah, then he said he finally got booked for his fouls. He got booked for
He
that
got booked for
rubbish dive.
diving.
He got,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Alex Song diving.
Ridiculous
I know.
dive.
This is the man who always stays on his feet unless he has to kill someone to stop a goal.
Yeah, over he went. Well, because the ball went to an Arsenal player as well. That was the sad thing. There's no need.
We had the ball.
He's been our best player for the last few years, apart from Jesus.
Absolutely superb. And he's hard, but he doesn't kick people.
Nah.
It was never a pen at West Ham, by the way. Not that I'm big.
Well, they were talking about James Milner, saying how James Milner, what a great player, and Song had the best of him yesterday, didn't
So,
he?
we had
And
them
James
all over
Milner
the
is going to
pitch.
be playing for England in the centre of midfield at some point, or somewhere around there.
Oh, don't upset me.
I'm just saying. Do you know, Song's better.
Now, I found something in the Arsenal programme that is interesting.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Go on.
I've been, as you know, I buy the programme every time I go. I've got programmes going back for about for whacking the mic, I'm picking up my programmes for about 5,000 years.
Did you buy two from? Because I forgot to get one as usual.
No, I didn't.
Can I have one of yours.
In the programme at the moment,
I got a free one yesterday.
there's a double
Yeah.
pay. You thief. There's
No,
a double paid
when you buy a
spread.
kit for 60 quid, thief.
When I said you're a thief, there's no need for you to
You
react
raised
so
up like
strongly.
that, didn't he?
I don't like it. I'm just saying. I didn't
He's
steal the
sort of
programme.
betraying a little bit of a guilty conscience.
I stole the kit.
You stole the
I stole
kit.
the kit, but I was
It
I
was
got the programme.
it was a bit like that with Affair and the tombola and the affair that he's been having the other week as well.
Yeah,
isn't
he
he?
suddenly leaps at you. Arsenal's charity.
Hi,
of the,
darling. Hi.
Arsenal's charity of the season is Great Ormond Street Hospital, and of course they do marvellous work at the Great Ormond Street Hospital, and they're trying to raise £500,000. So every week they do a thing in the programme called Pan's People. Now you know that J.M. Barrie, who wrote Peter Pan, all of the royalties from Peter Pan go to Great Ormond Street. So they ask the Arsenal players questions related to Peter Pan.
Yeah, I've seen that in the programme every week.
Every week in
It's
the
a little
programme.
bit weird,
That is
isn't it?
terrifying.
It's even with the 18-year-olds, they ask Jack Wilshere, and he's just thinking, he's 18, he's a grown-up.
He's
Stop.
never read it.
Jack
They should
Wilshere
ask
hasn't
the
been.
youth team,
I
shouldn't
don't.
they?
Looking at Jack Wilshere, I haven't seen him at many pantos in his life.
I ain't seen him in many libraries either.
He was at the ballet. He was at the ballet the other week, wasn't he? He was with Sammy and Nasri
Someone
watching
said, I
Matthew
think
Bourne.
it was Simon saying. Simon goes, I don't want him going on loan to Burnley. I don't want him going on loan to Burnley. Jack Wilshere.
Was that it?
I don't want him going on loan to Burnley.
Anything more to it?
I said, why not? He goes, if he's good enough for Burnley, he's good enough to come off the bench for us.
Hang on a minute, there's a lot to take in there.
Okay, what are you saying? I think it would be a good idea for Jack to go on loan to a Premiership team, and Burnley, as you
play
rightly
football.
pointed out, play good football. They
Play
keep
good
it on the
football.
ground. They
They
play
try
good
their best,
football.
yeah.
Jack Wilshere, if they're going to play him, should go and play for Burnley for a few months. It'd be a very good idea. I don't want him to play for Burnley. I've digressed.
Anyway,
One of the
Peter
questions is Tinkerbell's a trickster.
yeah.
They ask every week. They interview an Arsenal player and they say, "Who is our Tinkerbell? Who is the club's?
I know who's going to
Who's
be.
our Tinkerbell?
Who is the club's Tinkerbell?" They asked Johan Duru. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He's been knackered for months.
I tell you what, he's good on FIFA. I tell you, FIFA 10. Johan Duro is 86.
He hasn't got medial ligament damage.
He hasn't.
On FIFA.
But I tell you what, you can play him anywhere. You can play him in midfield. He does a good job.
I'm waiting for the World Cup
How come
FIFA game.
Martin Palermo is always so good on Championship
Martin
Manager? Did you
who?
ever wonder about that?
Hey, can you two talk about computer games in the pub?
Sorry, yeah,
I'm
go
just
on.
about
Sorry
to, you don't want to know who Johan Duru thinks is the Arsenal Tinkerbell?
Do you know what? Yes, we do.
Emmanuel Eboue.
I knew it was going to be Emmanuel Eboue. He's the Joker.
Emmanuel Eboue. He goes, Emmanuel Eboue. He's so funny and likes to hide things from you.
Does he? Is that what Tinkerbell? Is that what Tinkerbell did?
Tinkerbell.
What is it?
I'm picking up a little air of irritation in Johan's answer.
Stop hiding my stuff, Eboue. Where'd you put my jacket?
I'm reading that more as he's so funny. Oh, yeah, he likes to hide.
He likes to hide things.
So then they ask Eboue Diaby. Now, both these boys have got Ivory Coast heritage. You know, Eboue is from the Ivory Coast. Tinkerbell's a trickster. Who's our Tinkerbell? Emmanuel Eboue.
Oh, there you go. It's gone round.
Getting the impression that Emmanuel Eboue is the Joker.
Why is he our Tinkerbell? He pulls Alex Song's hair often and is always playing tricks.
Often.
Again, how annoying is that?
He's annoying.
Alex Song must get on his nerves. All right, Tinkerbell, get off my hair
Get off
before
my
I
hair.
knock you out.
Tell me where you put my stuff.
Then they asked Thomas Rositzky. Thomas,
No, stop it. Stop it.
who is the team Tinkerbell? Thomas goes, we are a good group together and we all like to laugh. If I ever tried to play tricks when I was younger, I got told off. Well, that's the unfortunate.
The Czech Republic wasn't a fun place to be, was it?
No.
Yeah, it is. That's right. Behind the Iron Curtain.
Behind the
there was
Iron
no
Curtain,
Tinkerbells
there
there.
was no larking around. And it just goes to show, you know, that there was more fun to be had in the Ivory Coast.
In the Ivory Coast than behind the Iron
Thomas
Curtain.
there, but we get back on it with Bakary Sagna. And the
Are
only
you keeping score
the
here?
picture they've got of Bakary Sagna is the scariest pair. I'm showing it to the boys. You can't see this, obviously.
Just his eyes.
It's just his eyes, and it's really
And one blonde
terrifying.
dreadlock.
That's a
And
little
two
bit
blonde
weird.
dreadlocks, one either side. And he goes, Tinkerbell is a trickster. Who is the team's Tinkerbell?
No, let me
And-
guess.
Emmanuel Eboue. He goes,
That's why he didn't get sold in the summer.
Why?
back goes, he's always a bit crazy and loves playing tricks. I can't tell you exactly what he does. It's crazier than hiding shoes, though.
Crazier than hiding.
What's Eboue doing? What is he doing?
What could possibly be crazier than hiding shoes?
Is he taking Adebayor's lead and
Possibly.
just stealing things from stealing people's possessions in the
nicking stuff.
dressing
Well,
room?
didn't one of
He's
the
a
Aston
Christian. He's a
Villa
committed
Sue me,
manager.
Adebayor. Sue me.
Someone stole some footballs
Join in with
yesterday.
Craig and sue me, the pair of you, you city muppets. Vito Manoni.
Go on.
Tinkerbell is a trickster. Who is the team Tinkerbell?
Do it.
We have a few. But Andre Arshavin and Emmanuel Eboue are very funny.
Oh.
Andrea Shavin's
Yeah,
You
yeah,
never
it's
know.
Joker.
You never know what's happening behind you.
With Andre Arshavin.
Can't
Now,
see him.
I'm just getting the image of some sort of pantomime cow with Arshavin and Eboue creeping up on Vito Manoni as he tries to keep out one of Danielson's free kicks from his own
Wasn't there a
half.
picture of Arshavin and Eboue hugging on the front of the programme one week?
There was a picture of...
Yeah,
you
he
go, the
knows,
two
he knows he's not
Tinkerbells.
going
The
back to
two
St.
Tinkerbells.
Petersburg.
I tell you.
He knows he's not going to St. Petersburg now, so he's just giving up. He's like, right,
There's
sorry,
a
I'm
picture of
just gonna be nice.
Eboue, who, let's face it, is the blackest man I've ever seen
He's
in my
very
life.
dark. He's very dark.
And he's carrying Stuart Little on his back
He
because
is.
Stuart Little scored a brilliant goal, right?
Yeah.
And Eboue is the team Tinkerbell, and he's probably hidden his Rolex or his Bentley or something. What Arshavin would like is if Eboue would hide his tax bill, but he hasn't done it yet. And he's picked Arshavin up and they put it on the front of the programme, and that is the picture that means that
can't go
Arshavin
back.
can
Could
never go
never.
back to his hometown again.
No, which is great because we're happy to have him.
But we've lost
Brand new.
Eboue now. We've lost Eboue for the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, so now everyone in the
So
dressing
now
room,
everyone's gonna find their
everyone,
stuff.
all the players can relax.
They can leave their stuff out, not a problem.
You don't have to put your stuff in the locker. You don't have to worry about
safe.
who's coming up behind you. Alex Song, no one's going to pull your hair. I know he's out there as well, isn't he?
No, he's gone as well.
Arshavin can't even reach people's ear.
Oh, Shavin is now the club joker. Ebouy's gone. So anyway, that just made me laugh quite a lot. That's all I have.
That really rather tailed off. It was funny when it was.
There's no punchline.
I know, fair
it's
enough.
just every time I read it, it says Eboue as the team Tinkerbell.
I read somewhere that Eboue always gets in the team photos like Beckham used to, like for the sort of goal celebration shots. Eboue's always in there. He's picking people up, isn't he?
How's he turned it around, Eboue?
I'm glad he has.
Well, how?
I was hanging on. I was one of the last of the 60,000 people. I was about one of the last 100 people to join in the booing.
We weren't booing.
I'd had enough of him.
Yeah.
He was hopeless.
Yeah.
I actually met Arsene Wenger. Little moment.
Okay.
And a charity
Did you speak
event.
to him?
And he sent us all pictures as well.
I sent everyone I know. There's a picture of it on Facebook.
There was a picture.
But I did say to him, what is it with Eboue in the penalty area? Why does he just freeze and why can't he shoot and calm down in the penalty area? And he looked me in the eye and said, Eboue is a very good player. He's an excellent player. And I thought, all right.
The subtext being shut
but if Arsene Wenger says Eboue's a good player, he's a good player.
No, there was a little edge in Arsene's voice that suggested to me that Eboue had hidden
his stuff.
Shower gel.
That's what it is. I can't say anything about Eboue because I don't know where his shower gel is. I want it back.
And you know what he's programmed, Wenger, to say only positive things about his players.
No,
it's
but when Wenger says someone's a good player,
only says positive things about his players.
He
only says positive things about his players.
The funny thing is,
he says every player who's ever played for us is a good player.
But he had an edge in his voice,
and he had an edge in his voice because Eboue had let the air out of his tires on his Bentley.
He
still dives, but he's been trying really hard this season.
He's playing well.
He's playing well. He's had a good season.
Full of energy and running. I think he's great.
We are Eboue people, not Pans people. Eboue's people. No, he won't because he's gone.
Has he gone?
He's gone.
Why is Song's
out to stay? Because Song's vital to the team.
It's a Portsmouth. It's on the way. It's the South Coast. He can jump on a plane down there and head off down to Africa.
Get a train from South
They're not getting a ferry to the African nation.
They do, apparently. They'll get ferry to get to the players. And Eboue hides stuff from the bridge.
Well, we can't get planes anymore, so they're the African players.
That's right, yeah. The African players is dangerous.
Quite a lot of the teams are on rickety old coaches that they bought from Eastern Europe.
Yeah, they got
making their way. It's in Egypt, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, they got loads of dried fish. Sure. They got loads of dried fish at the bottom of their suitcases. That's what happens when I take my mum to the airport all the time. All the Nigerians there can't understand. Like they're 40 kilos overweight because there's loads of dried prawns and stuff in there. That's what Eboue and Drogba are doing.
I don't understand your Nigerian jokes.
The Nigerians do. I've signed.
You know what? In Nigeria,
the Nigerians do.
They're rolling about.
They are dried fish jokes.
Hello, Nigeria.
We're followed by the Nigerian Gooners.
I don't need insurance. I am in the AA.
I am seeking attention.
I don't understand your Nigerian.
Not doing
the Nigerians, everyone in Tottenham and Stamford Hill.
How did Palace get on today, anyway?
Palace drew 0-0. They won 3-1 against Everton on Boxing Day. 3-1, not Everton, sorry, Ipswich on Boxing Day.
Yeah, they did.
But it was 0-0 today against Cardiff.
How sort of slip is that? How does he get on this podcast?
Not even a proper fan of Palace.
I was thinking of Daniel Amokachi and I said Everton.
Daniel Amokachi.
Hey, listen, here's one more email before we wrap this shambles up. What's up, gangsters?
Yes.
Yo.
Yes. Yo,
I can't believe you're reading that.
Yo.
Have you ever heard that said in a more middle class accent?
Never. Awful.
What's up,
I'm glad he
gangsters?
did.
Hey, guys.
What's up, gangsters? How dare you? Brackets, how's that for an intro? Love the podcast, etc. That's a bit insincere.
Right, can we not have that anymore as well?
Etc. What do you mean?
That compliment just kind of petered out.
I don't like that.
In 3 words, it petered out.
Go on.
Have you seen the official statement from Arsenal where he condemns the abuse that Arsenal fans gave Phil Brown?
Gave what? Phil Brown?
Phil Brown, yeah.
He doesn't. I have to say about this, he didn't actually condemn the abuse. He said something about, I don't agree with people shouting at the opposition
But I think
manager.
it's really funny.
But really, in his eyes, he was saying...
Keep going, lads.
It's one of the funniest things that's happened in my life.
That's what you meant.
Alan, when are you going to appear on the Arseblog Arsecast? Well, I have spoken to Arseblog, and that will happen. Excellent blog, a top blogger. Lads, it's a pleasure. Happy New Year.
Fantastic.
Happy New Year.
I'll
see you for Bolton, isn't it?